Good afternoon. Welcome back to G Nerds Review, and we are doing another movie review of the one and only Equalizer 2, Denzel Washington's second movie. No, I mean, it actually, believe it or not, it is his first time making a sequel. It really is. And you know what? In this movie, they spent $62 million on the budget, right? But they made $73 million within 2 weeks. And that is worldwide. And you know what? That is good. That is $9 million over than what they spent to make the movie. And you know what? I don't care how bad people say they didn't like it. And yes, I know it's 2 weeks late. It is what it is right now. But I'll tell you right now, I am trying something different. I want to watch a movie when it's not as hot as it was in the beginning. But I promise you I will do some movies opening weekend so you can get out there and watch it. I won't spoil it for you so you'll enjoy it. And yes, some of this will be a spoiler review but I will let you know when it is over here. When it is here under the Millennium Falcon or over the Millennium Falcon, it will be a spoiler. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It will be a spoiler. No, but the director Anton Fuqua did a really good job setting the stage and the mood and the lightness and darkness. It gave a lot of the action again happened at night. There wasn't much that happened during the day, so that could lead more to a noir style film when things are kind of dark, or they start light and they end up dark, or you're in some weird places. And they didn't go all over the place. They stood to very similar scenes to where you wouldn't get lost. There was a couple of scenes where I did get lost in there as far as when it came to camera angle, but I think that was only like once. But as far as actors are concerned, you have the main actor, which is Denzel Washington. Everybody else is a supporting character or supporting cast, as they call it, because the movie really just focused around Denzel Washington's character. What was the movie about? The movie was about a vigilante. No, we're not talking about Batman. I'm sorry. We are fortunately not talking about Batman. But it is a vigilante, a man who does fight for the people who cannot fight for themselves. When it comes to criminals, when people who'd like to take advantage of other people, he is the one who stands up for you, but you never find out who he is or what he does. You just know that one day something shows up at the door that you once had and you go, oh my goodness, I wanted this back so bad, right? So pretty much in a short synopsis, that is what this movie was about. Sorry for the camera shake because I really did hit the desk pretty hard on that one. But we're going to move on to the characters. Denzel Washington played Robert McCall, and as in Equalizer 1, he is the same character in Equalizer 2. The difference between Equalizer 1 and Equalizer 2 is that you get to find out that people do like him at some level. And it is amazing, in my opinion, that you find out that someone actually does like Robert McCall. It makes you think, yes, he is a human being. He is not a hermit who just likes to save people just to make himself feel good and just cry over his wife the whole entire movie, not to say that he does that, because he really doesn't. I am just joking, that I'm just messing around. Susan Plummer, who is played by Melissa Leo, did a really good job, same as the last one. They did try to give her a bigger part in this one, and I tell you right now, in this movie, she is kick ass. I loved it. Yes, she was my favorite part of the whole entire movie. It made it very emotional for me and everyone in the movie. And I will say this, going back to Denzel real quick, just going back to Denzel, he did a really good job. And there was a couple scenes in this movie that really brought out the emotion of not just me, but of everyone in the theater. I mean, everyone was saying, yes, amen, praise the Lord. I was like, wow, that is good. And to me, that is amazing, because honestly, I haven't seen that in a long time, even when I went to go watch Star Wars. And the only reaction out of the whole entire movie was the very ending, when I saw Luke project himself and then die. I mean, if you haven't watched the movie from Star Wars, oops, I really did spoil that for you, but it's been out for like a year. And I'll tell you right now, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I didn't want to have to wait there for a whole 2 hours to get a reaction. In this movie, you don't wait a whole 2 hours. I think you wait like 45 minutes to get reactions like that. But you know what? Throughout the whole entire movie, there is good quotes. There are good options. And he does, like in the first one, give you options. But moving on to Ashton Sanders, which plays Miles. He did a really, really good job as far as an actor. I didn't know who he was. To me, he came out the blue, but apparently he's been acting. I looked him up, right? And, you know, he's been in a few things. Nothing I've really noticed before or anything I've actually ever watched before. But, you know, he did a really good job. I mean, he played his part. He did what he was supposed to do. He brought life, you know, to the movie like everyone else does. Jose Pedro, who played Dave York, which is Suzanne Plummer's partner, also a really, really did a really good part. And, you know, there were some times that you kind of just sat there and I was going, when did they film these parts? Because, you know, not to say that he was into it more times than others, it just, you know, he did a really good job. And yes, there are other actors within this movie I have not mentioned, and they all did a phenomenal job, but I can't give everything away because I want you to go see the movie. And if you have seen the movie, comment down below and tell me what you think I missed or what I should add in the video or something I should keep in mind for my next video. Huh? I mean, that would be a good idea because I need your guys' help, please. I'm just messing with you. But what do you guys think? You like the beard? I don't know. I'm trying to get used to it right now. But right now, we are in the no spoiler zone. We are going to move over to the spoiler zone where the Millennium Falcon is. All right, with spoilers, this is what it comes with right now. What do the people do in the movie? Because at the moment, I really don't know. I would like to know what the people do in this movie. I sit here and I watched Equalizer 1, and I go, okay, I still don't know what you do. I watched Equalizer 2, and I look at Denzel, and I go, come on, man. Mr. McCall, Robert McCall, please tell me what you do. I was like, Susan Plummer, please tell me what you do. I would like to know. And even Miles, the kid in the movie, I couldn't tell if this boy was in college or in high school. You know, even at the end of the movie when they showed him along with his peers, I still sat there and I go, are you in high school? And I think the answer was yes. But he looked a little bit older than high school. Probably like a senior or something. I wasn't too sure. But you know, the another thing that I had, problem that I had with this movie, and though I said a lot of really good things, and as I've always said, no movie is perfect, right? No movie could ever be perfect. You know, it could be great or it could perfection to the director. But time is so hard. It makes you wonder so hard what is happening in this movie, what is really going on in this movie, because at the present time I had no idea what was going on, right? I mean, you sit there and you try to figure out where do they get this information from. You know, they're connected to the government. You know that they have some sort of intel part in the government, and they can find out some things worldwide about people. So you start thinking Interpol. Oh wait, no, that's not American at all. So you start thinking like CIA, FBI, NSA. I think NSA that's a government, right? Yeah, NSA. You start thinking things like that. But you do find out they are part of the FBI. Well, two of them are. I'm going to let you find out what two that is. But as you know, probably Robert McCall is not one of them. And they're all connected in some kind of way. And I like the fact that in the end, they did make full circle of the movie. But even at the end, you still don't know who are you. And the funny part is, they jab it in your face at the end. They jab it in your face at the end. And you know what? I love it because I hope there's an Equalizer 3. I don't know if there's going to be Equalizer 3. I would love for there to be an Equalizer 3. I don't know where they would take the story. I don't know how they would continue it. I don't know what else there is to write about or to do. The way they ended it looks like they probably settled it or they just moved on. I think there's a couple things that they could add to it. But throughout the movie, there's no specifics explained through the characters or, you know, what happened in the past or where they came from. If you care about an actor's past or the characters, not actor, the character's past, if you care about that, you won't find that in this movie. You'll find out some things. You can pick off subtle things in the background or things that they decide or the decision to show you in the camera angles in the scene, but nothing they really bring up. You know that they bring up Army, they bring up Marines, so it's somewhere in between two. Maybe it's somewhere that has to do with some kind of covert thing. I think it was a lot of covert items that they don't explain. They kind of treat us kind of like the outsider being in, like we're in the theater but we're still on the outside of the movie. Does that make sense? If not, let me know. But what they did do, which was pretty good, is that when they got to those points where they know that they left a little hole or a gap or somewhere, they replaced it with action. They replaced it with feeling. And in this movie, they had some feeling. I saw everybody in the theater. With Denzel, when he brought out that emotion with Robert McCall, and he got so personal within this movie, he brought feels. He brought so much feel. And feel as in feelings. That's right. Feels. Feels. Alright? He brought some feels in this movie. And it was really good. And to wrap it up, I will say, though this got a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, don't let them make up your mind to go watch this movie. Support Denzel Washington. He makes really good movies. They are not bad. Yes, there are some things that are missing, but there are a lot of good things. The fight scenes were amazing. The ones when he did hand-to-hand combat. And the stuff, the innovation, they didn't show as much innovation as they did in the first one, but in this one, you know, how he did it or what he grabbed, you know, it made you think a lot. It's like, what is really happening? How does this happen? You know, and even now I'm just kind of thinking there was an explosion in the film, and it made me wonder, how did it explode? And I missed it. And if you go watch it, you'll see it, because there's not too many things that explode in this movie. When you watch a building explode, if you think you've seen it, let me know down in the comments before. But if you like what you've seen and you want to see more, and if you definitely want to see more, and I will try to get you more movies out on time or a little bit sooner. I've been very busy. I am so sorry. Please subscribe, comment down below, give this movie a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whichever one makes you happy. But always be positive, stay positive, and always, always smile. Peace.
Kaiser